Welcome back. Now I would like to introduce our keynote speaker today. That is Susanne Ballhausen Bjelke, that has a long industrial background working with quality in Swedish industry. And today is the CEO of the Swedish Institute for Quality. That is our national Swedish quality organization. So welcome, Susanne. You will talk about how to manage organizations to achieve sustainable success. I'm very curious to listen to you.
Thank you, Lars. And I'm very happy to be here today. And I wish all of the participants in this today's presentation that made the presentation much best of luck. So, Swedish Institute for Quality, what's that? That is an independent foundation established by the government of Sweden in the beginning of the 1990s. And the mission is to stimulate and contribute to a positive quality development in all parts of the Swedish society by creating, collecting, and disseminating knowledge for long-term and sustainable development work, all based on research. So we enable organizations to understand how to implement insights from research in the quality development field and how this contributes to sustainable success. Founders, way back, is the Swedish Ministry of Enterprise, Energy and Communication. And we also have another founder. It's a member association consisting of a lot of organizations in Sweden. Mainly, in the beginning mainly from the industry, but from the private sector, and nowadays 50% private sector and 50% governmental agencies and the similar communities. These are some of our members, not all. So maybe you recognize some industrial companies, car brand or two, really. But there are also some municipalities in Sweden and regional, and also the Coast Guard in Sweden, for example. But we have a lot more members than this. This is just a part, some of them. What we also do, we are gathering all the academia in Sweden, all the universities that are doing research and that are giving lectures on quality management and quality management, quality technology and quality technique in Sweden. And it's you can see all of them here. Maybe you cannot read, but there is the Stockholm University, KTH, the Luleå up in the north, Uppsala, Lund in South Sweden, and so on. And it's called SQMA. It's a quite interesting gathering with people in the different fields of quality development. Not only industrial quality, let's say it like that, not only from the private sector where I come from. So in SIQ, what are we doing more than gathering research and research organization? We are doing education and training to try and translate the research into. So what do we do then out in the organizations to make use of this and implement this? We are arranging industry networks for quality in the private sector, but also in the municipalities in Sweden for those. We have an industry network, but we also have networks, for example, for energy companies. And we also do counseling, supporting management teams, working groups, and also making we're helping companies and organizations to identify where they have their gaps when it comes to quality management. So who am I then? I started off way back, it's a long time ago, at the Technische University in Berlin, electrical engineering and sensors, MEMS, microelectromechanical systems. So that's not me in the clean room to the right, to the left, but it's similar to where I worked. Then I went over to work for Atlas Copco, making assembly tools, or developing assembly tools for the car industry, but also for the electronic industry and other industries like, we had customers like Airbus, from Airbus to all the car companies, to tier ones, and also Samsung, for example, assembly in electronics. After that, and then I started working with Sandvik, and here's one of the products we had. It's the rotary cutter, cutting when you use them to produce diapers, for example. And the last 5.5 years before I started with IAQ, I worked for Delaval. It's a company where you make dairy farmers into robot handlers. So the picture here is the robot for milking cows. You can see, maybe you can see in the picture, you see the cow, the back end of a cow in the robot. So this is my background. So it's quite diverse in different industrial companies. They're all international, but they're owned and based in Norway and Sweden. So I've been studying, working in Germany, Norway, and Sweden, and mainly in R&D. But then, after a couple of years, I realized if I want to make a real difference, I wanted to be in quality. So I shifted over to quality. But my background is really in R&D management. And now, since 1.5 years, I'm the CEO of SIQ, Swedish Institute for Quality. So, the topic of today, how should we manage for sustainable success? And this picture shows a little bit, I think, how I see the world right now. There is some light, and there are some guiding principles, like the light you see there, but there are also very, very dark clouds. And the ocean is unpredictable, and it's always changing. Today we have both changes, rapid changes in technology, AI, generative AI. It's nothing new anymore. It's here. We have the geopolitics, the situation in the world, that is also a lot of change. The world today is not as it was 5 years ago. We had COVID, there might be new or other similar things happening to us. But also in technology, not only AI and digitalization, also, as always, the technology is increasingly changing. And with that also, we are changing. So how to manage for sustainable success with this ever-changing environment around us? And we know there is only one planet Earth. And this is for us to guard. And that's why I think it's so good that IAQ now also has this award for sustainability and putting that together with quality. Because in my world, you can't have one without the other. There will be no sustainability if there's not quality, and there will be no quality if you're not successful in all aspects. And I think it's quite simple. We need to take care of our planet. We need to do more things with less. We need to use less resources, but get more done with those resources. And we need to do the right things. And we need to do them the right way. And in my world, that is pretty much what quality is about. Not only, but a lot. So for me, in the companies I've been working for, I've not only been quality manager, I also had responsibility for environmental management, and also in some of the companies for sustainability. And it belongs together. It's the same tools that needs to be used, and you can't have one without the other. I want to show you this picture. I mean, it's not rocket science to say we need to do the right things, and we need to do it the right way. So what are the right things then? We need to understand our customers' needs, and to achieve customer satisfaction, we need to do the right things. Develop the right things, deliver the right things. And we need to do it the right way, so that we can be efficient in using the resources, not only the resources of the working hours of our peers or ourselves, but also the resources of the world. And today, there's another thing that changes, at least in the areas where I've been working. There's a big change in how we organize. We're not organized that much in hierarchical structures, especially in software development. Agile development is nothing new. And what we see is, going forward, we see the need of interaction between peers, not waiting for the boss to say what we should do. And that is a way of reacting to fast-changing environment, like the huge number of fishes in the ocean that react almost at the same time to the same kind of stimuli, compared to the big ship that takes forever to turn. And in a traditional organization, most of the people's time at work is doing your job. And the future that is already here is not that much doing your, of course we need to do our job, but it's also improving and innovate. Not only improving and innovating our services or products, but also the way we're working. And you have shown proof of that today with what you have been showing. But also competence development. We need to take that on ourselves and always be not ahead, but at least keep up with the competence. It's not enough to go to the university and then think that you've done it and then work for 50 years or something. Back to sustainability. So the classical definition of sustainability from the Brundtland is from 1987 is meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability to future generations to meet their own needs. And it's divided in three, or it's grounded on three pillars: economic sustainability, social sustainability, environmental sustainability. And they're not independent from each other. They're quite dependent. And in the middle you have the golden triangle there. That's where we want to be, right? So here is, I don't know, I know my colleague Anders Fundin, I think, is on the call, so his name is here on the bottom of this slide. So this is a model, how to achieve sustainable success. If we have satisfied and engaged employees, that will lead to customer satisfaction. And satisfied customers will give us economic sustainability. And if we have economic sustainability, that is the prerequisite to be able to invest in and get environmental sustainability in our companies or in our organizations. And also social sustainability. And these all work together and create sustainable success. Sustainable success is not only economic sustainability, it's also environmental sustainability and social sustainability. And they do interact. And the last arrow, these things are giving us more satisfied and engaged employees. Because you're proud of a company that is environmental and social sustainable, but also, of course, economic sustainable. Without economic sustainability, we cannot afford to be environmental and social sustainable. And of course, you then also get stakeholder satisfaction. So the stakeholders, suppliers, partners, shareholders, neighbors, and so on, customers and users. In the SIQ, we have developed, over the years, further developed, the SIQ management model. It's an excellence model, and it's further developed to not only for the Swedish market, but really made a little bit, Swedish management style, you can say. And we have since 2018 integrated very clearly the three different sustainability areas. So we have both economic, social, and environmental sustainability integrated very clear in the management model. So the management model then, going back again to doing things right and doing them the right way, it's easy peasy, right? It's not so easy in reality, but you can't really disagree with that one. And this is what these are pointing at, is that the Swedish management model, the SIQ management model, is research have shown that certain ways of working and certain principles will give you sustainable success. But also, going back again, I forgot that, of course, it's not only quality. You can use this for environmental success because, again, resource efficiency and customer satisfaction, satisfied employees and economic sustainability will give us the other, or not will give us, makes it possible to get also environmental and social sustainability. So a little bit quicker glance here about the SIQ management model. It builds on three cornerstones. In the middle you see the structure, and we're quite used to structure working with quality. I think sustainability, when it works the best in the companies I've been in, you need also to have quite a strong structure. And you need to work in a systematic way to always improve. But you can have the best structure and you can have the best systematics. But the trick that does it, or that can break it, is really the culture. And here it's about leadership, but not only leadership on the top level. It's about leadership also among peers. And the culture, as you might know, it's sometimes said to be the soft part of things. Structure is the hard part. I don't like that word really, because I think culture is the real tricky one. It's not as easy to measure, it's not as easy to follow up, it's definitely not easy to change. But in the IAQ management model, we try to break it down to some success factors. this is what it's all about in my world. We have this one globe, this one planet Earth. We need to work together. We need to work together in the small team back home, at work. We need to work together with our peers in the other teams, at work, in the company. We need to work together with colleagues, partners, customers, suppliers, all over the world. And we need to do this in a way that all the participants know their part in a way and know how to contribute. And when it comes to, here is again, when it comes to quality, I can show this picture. When it comes to sustainability, it's the same picture. It's really two of the kind. They do belong together, and all the systems we have in place, we've had in most companies, most organizations for many years, and they might be very, very cumbersome, and some of them are very easy to work with. We have management systems, we have structure, we have some kind of systematic way of working. And to work with sustainability, we have this all in place. We just need to put sustainability metrics or ways of working, integrate them in the way we work, structured, systematic, with the right culture of improvement and involving our peers and all the people in the organization. We don't need to find a new way of doing things. And some of you might know about that there are regulations coming for sustainability, and that's good. But it's not that's not taking away the culture and us working together and wanting the same thing. So the success factors that IAQ put together, I will not read all this for you, but just the headings. We say if you create value with customers and stakeholders, not only that thinking we know best what our stakeholders and customers need, we need to be listening to them. And in sustainability, maybe we don't know best always. Maybe we need to listen even more, because you can improve things. Maybe it's not actually what needs to be improved. Lead for sustainability, of course, sustainable success. We need to involve all our people, all our co-workers, all the people in the organization in innovation, to innovate how we work, but also innovate our products and services. Develop value-creating processes, of course, and improve operations and innovate. So, how the model as such is built, the structural part of it is that we have working methods, but we are also looking into the results. So if we do an audit, you can say, of a company or an organization, we look at the working methods in these 4 areas, but also the results. And that's where we clearly integrate the 3 sustainability areas, social and economic and environmental sustainability, in the results. And of course, systematics, we need to improve always, and that's for sure the same thing in all the sustainability matters as in quality. So, how should we then manage for sustainable success? Yeah, the IAQ management model, as some of the other excellence models, can be an answer to this. But at least I think what we need to do is not forget that there needs to be a structure. And the structure is most of the time already there in the quality management system. We have many companies and organizations also have environmental management systems and so on. But it's really all put together. It's the same management system, you can say. It's the structure you need to build. So that's my few words on quality and sustainability, how it fits together. So Lars, are we opening up for questions or?
I think so. Thomas, can you connect if there are questions or if it has come some question in the chat?
Yes, sure. We have no questions in the chat.
Mm.
But we are connected with the Zoom call as well.
Yes, warmly welcome to ask question to Susanne.
I don't think there are any questions.
Okay.
No.
Then I can talk a little bit more.
Yes. Then what more do you want to give us advices regarding, Susanne? You have been working with quality in industry and now you are leading quality initiatives here in Sweden and trying to support companies and public organizations to improve.
Yeah. Yes. In my career so far in the industry, it's all about understanding that this is not happening by chance. You need to put efforts behind it, and I know that you guys out in this call, you come from different parts of the world, and we have our different cultures out in the world. But I think this is if we do this work in a systematic and structured way, we can help our companies, but also our joint planet Earth. And what I have seen is in the companies I've been, that there's been a lot of silo thinking, people not working together. Because now I'm quality manager, but I'm sustainability manager, and I do these things, and these are my things, and I want to measure this, and I want to have these goals, and I want to have people do this. Oh, and I'm health and safety manager, and I'm maybe environmental manager. And I'm business manager, so I'm taking care of business. And what happens then if we go back to maybe where do I have? Now I'm sorry. To the picture, it's not. This is what happens if you have a lot of. This one, no, that one. The trade-off between economic, environmental, and social sustainability, and also quality, because quality, you will not have economic sustainability if you deliver bad quality, and if you have economic sustainability, if you are sustainable, profitable as a company, as an organization. Then it's possible to invest in social and environmental sustainability. So if you have the CFO saying, well, I'm or the sales president that is in the company that is responsible for sales, profit or growth and so on, it's on me, or the product owners. And then there is a guy who is the environmental manager who, you look at, so we don't use too much CO2 and don't introduce too many forbidden substances in our products, for example, or hazardous substances. And then, the social one, maybe HR can do something about that. And that's, I think, is where we will go wrong, and we are going wrong if that's the way we do it. And I think, and that's the role I've been taking in those companies, that quality can bring this together. I'm not saying quality shall take over sales and a CFO role or anything, but to bring them together, to show that you need to make trade-offs and you cannot have the one eating up the other in a way.
I would like to bring up a question to you with all your experience, Susanne. In quality, we know, and that's nothing new, but the biggest challenge for many organizations has been to really create a strong executive commitment to quality. No one is against it. Everyone is talking about quality, but when it comes to action, there is a big challenge. And I don't know, but I've got the feeling that we have a similar challenge with sustainability. Everyone is talking about sustainability. Every organization wants to look sustainable. We're using sustainability a lot in marketing, in sustainability report, and of course, when it's a compliance question, we follow. But when it's really about taking action, what do you think about that? What's your experience? How should we act to get executive management with us in this so important question?
It's a very good question. I have two examples there from, I will not tell from what companies, but the companies I showed the logos are from. One of the companies quite early, like 15 years ago already, introduced non-financial targets, top level. So all the managers were measured against those, and the bonus systems were, and this was CO2 consumption, water consumption, and so on. There were at the start there were 5 of them. I think there was the last one, the 5th one was about sick leave globally actually. So there was one part that was more the HR-ish. The others were more environmental KPIs, and that brought focus on that. But it also then took a little bit, and this is my experience, I had both quality and environmental responsibility globally in that company. It took away a little bit on quality. So quality, okay, quality, we already fixed that. Now it's sustainable. Now this is important. So, and that I think, so I think bringing it up on, so it, how can I say, money, show me the money, and in a way. So if I as a manager on whatever level get a bonus because we're very economic sustainable, then I will get will maybe make some choices around that. If I also have a bonus system that gives me a little bit more salary or bonus, if I drive environmental and social sustainability actions, then I think that will move. That's one thing. Another thing is, as I think sustainability got to be a buzzword, and then it came onto the, it was starting to be owned by the communications department in top level management, in top level in the companies. And I think there we lost a little bit in the companies I've been, or quite a lot, the connection to the people really doing the work and management. So I think that is not the right way to go. And I think quality was on everybody's, at least in Sweden, like, how can I say, 30 years ago? Quality was quite big. That is going to save us. That's going to make us more successful as a nation and so on. A couple of years ago, it was rather sustainability, and today I think it's AI. So, yeah, you can run around the buzzwords, but it's hard work, and you need to just do the dirty work and just, or not dirty work, but yeah, you need to maybe sometimes the boring stuff and continue with that. But management attention throughout the organization, sorry to say, but it needs to be measured and followed up along the management lines in the line organization, I think.
And as you said, by involving people here, exactly as we have heard here today in all those projects, people out in the organization working with improvement, and that way creating result within the area of sustainability some of those goals set up by the United Nations, we could also build energy in our organization and in management. So thanks a lot, Susanne. It has been a pleasure to listen to you here.